So whether you're a mobile-based valeter or a unit-based detailer, bookings are the lifeblood of the business. Ultimately getting more bookings in and more profitable bookings, the better your business grow. If you're busy, you might be able to take on more staff. You might be able to open a second unit. You might be able to make that big transition from driveway mobile-based detailing to actually taking on your own unit and really kind of improving your business and taking on more work. So marketing really is at the forefront of kind of growing your business. And today what we're going to do is walk through some of the steps that we work with mobile detailers and unit-based detailers to improve their marketing, grow their brand, improve their presence in the market, and ultimately get more bookings. So the biggest thing to start with that we'll cover today is about how to grow your market presence. That starts with branding. It works through your social media. It's all about the marketing activity that you run and how you portray your business. Ultimately, that's going to lead to more bookings, and more bookings comes from having that bigger presence. It comes from local SEO. It comes from having really good photography. It's making sure that you're kind of showcasing your work and making sure that you're getting those more bookings in. And ultimately, if you've got that professional approach to marketing, you'll be surprised how your sales calls and your pricing all feed into better profitability. If you've got a really professional looking proposition, you'll be able to charge more for your work, and ultimately that leads into better profits. So we'll discuss all of that today. Really comes in 4 steps. We start with branding. We start looking at how to build a professional brand that resonates with your target audience, whether you're doing those big kind of supercar deals at a established unit, or whether you're doing the valeting that is really good value for money. Different brands will look different ways, and it's important that that comes across. The content that you produce, we'll talk about how to use your mobile phone for photography and get really good photo and video shots that capture and showcase the work that you're doing. We'll talk about your website, which is one of the ways that you get found through local SEO. There's a technical element there, but it's also the place that you showcase your work and your pricing, and ultimately potentially even take bookings or deposits so that you can achieve more bookings. And then marketing, I consider that to be the activity day to day. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? Every job that you get to, do you take photos, detail shots, the odd post, maybe a story or a stream? Those types of activities that really showcase your business. So let's take a step back. Just wanted to introduce myself. I didn't do that at the beginning, but my name's Baz. I run HQ Sportivo. We're an automotive marketing agency, and we work with detailers, detailing units. We work with car dealerships and automotive brands to grow their market presence. Specifically around detailers, of course, we focus on that area of content because showcasing your work is really where you kind of build that trust and build that market presence. There's an element of local SEO, and once you've got the basics in place, we can also help with advertising and start getting more bookings. But I would never say to go straight in on paid advertising. I'd always make sure that the kind of house is in order before you move to those steps. So yeah, brief intro about us. So when we start thinking about a strategy for marketing, it doesn't have to be a big complicated thing, but the time that you spend up front thinking about your strategy, defining who you are as a business and how you want to portray yourself, that time will be really well spent because it'll save you money later. It will make sure that the bookings that you do get are the ones that you want, and it will make sure that you get the type of business and present yourself in a way that you get the right type of business inquiries coming in. So up front, we start with a brainstorm, defining who you are as a business, assessing what type of stock you want to be valeting and detailing, whether that is, as I said, the driveway mobile side or the supercars in a unit. Very different target audiences, very different pricing, potentially different ways that we go about getting those bookings and presenting the work that you're doing. And then we go through planning. What work needs to be done in order to set the business up so that it's looking the best that it could be? Do you need a website, or is your website already good? Do you need new logos? Do you potentially just need a framework for posting content on a regular basis? What work do you need? What budgets do we have? What resources do you already have, and what knowledge do you already have? And then we move into, I guess, the build and launch stage, right? So if there is technical work that needs doing, we'll go through that work, build the branding, do the new logos, potentially build a new website. Could just be templates that we use for your social channels going forward. It could just be a little kind of tweak on setting up your Google My Business so that you've got the right keywords in there. And then what we try to do on an ongoing basis is either look after your marketing for you. You send us the pictures, we post them, and we make sure that you've got those consistent posts going out on a regular basis so you can focus on your work, or build a process and a plan and train you how to do those things yourself. So it can be one or the other. So starting with branding, it's a really competitive marketplace out there, as I said, and it's really important that your brand presents the type of client that you want to be able to get. It is ideally one that showcases the work that you're doing and comes across professional. That's not just your logo, it's how your website looks, it's what your pricing sheet looks like. It's also to some degree kind of how you present yourself and how you conduct those sales calls once you've got leads coming in. It all feeds into the experience that the customer has, and that is your brand. So it's really important that you define who you want to work with, how your pricing looks, how your design looks, and all of those things feed into your brand. But then we implement that across your website and your socials and all of those things once you've defined it and effectively designed it. It could be how you advertise on the socials. It could be what your local advertising looks like, even the uniforms that you wear. And it's really important that your brand is consistent, because people will start to recognize it. They'll start to know your company name. And it's really important that that's consistently out there. Now, a website, as I said, isn't just a contact us page. It really is the place where you showcase your work, build that trust, potentially give an indication of pricing, and potentially even take the bookings. So a website is no longer just a one-page contact us with your social accounts. You can do a lot better. And a really good website, especially in the detailing space, could provide availability and booking availability. It could take a full payment in advance. It could just take a deposit for a booking, and then you follow up and go through the details with the customer of exactly what scope they want. So some really, really kind of better ways to do it than just using like a £10 Wix website. The other thing is SEO. So SEO is the kind of technical in the background. It's how you get found in Google, and it's much more than just having a website name. There's all sorts of things in the back end and the metadata on the pages that indicate to Google what you are and what type of work you're looking for, and then you get more traffic. And there's other things you can do around getting yourself listed in all sorts of directories that we can handle. If you have a specialist niche, like maybe paint correction, we could help you write niche articles and get them posted in other news websites so that people click through from those sites and come to yours. And that's all part of SEO. It's the technical behind your page. It's the places out there on the internet that mention you and send traffic your way. And from your website, there's also other types of integrations we could do, potentially bringing social feed into the site, potentially getting emails and doing a newsletter, potentially plugging in Google Ads so that you don't just drive new traffic, but people that come to your site, you can retarget them and try to get them back later. So you could retarget people that have been to your site 30 days later and see whether they're still looking. From a content point of view, with detailing, it's obviously all about showcasing your work. It's such a visual kind of trade, I guess, that we're dealing with here, that people want to be inspired and see the attention to detail that you really take in your work. So the best way to do this is all about structure and process. Have a standard shooting list. Think about lighting. Don't take a photo when half the car's in a shadow or there's a bright light behind it so that everything looks shadow. It's all about the detail shots and capturing that gloss. Clean wheels is a really good one because people don't look after them. And just making sure that in your phone, maybe you've got like a standard list of the photos that you want to take, and then whip around the car, take them all. It's done, it's consistent. You do it on every job. You send them on for posting, and obviously that works well. From a social media point of view, it's always good to think about the consistency. So making sure that on every job you've got those detail shots. It really is about showcasing your work and doing that in all the different ways that the platform wants you to do. So Instagram loves Reels at the moment. That's the more kind of video type content. The feed tends to all be about still photos. So making sure that you've got a framework for those. and then posting it on your channels, but also trying to get access to other areas, right? Communities. There's things like local pages for the town that you live in. There might be specialist clubs if you're really into like detailing classic cars. There'll be classic car clubs that you can go to, and then there's other elements like car shows. So think about how you can get your brand or your detailing business present at various car shows, and that might be either stickers in the window, it might be cards under the windowsill, under the window wipers that showcase this car detailed by X, and getting that visibility in other places where there's people. And marketing, I kind of consider everything we've talked about marketing, but in terms of marketing activity on an ongoing basis, what you want is a simple, repeatable process that is consistent, that always covers different, showcases your work, photos of the car, videos of the car, maybe you talking about what you've done and the attention to detail that you've taken, the time taken, maybe the processes you've got that other people might not be using. And it's really important that you get all of that across, because it's an attention economy and it's the detail of this type of trade that really matters. In terms of analytics and data, probably don't need to spend too much time on that, but it's always good to know what is working well, monitoring what's working well, where the leads are coming from. If you're spending any money, like on advertising, what return is that generating? Have you got more followers? Did you get more leads? And then communities, like I said, really making sure that you kind of maximize any of those opportunities where there is already kind of an existing market, existing communities. This is things like making sure that events are in the diary, that you kind of see where the local car events are and try to get to them. If you've got customers that take their cars to shows and events, see whether you can kind of capitalize on using them as part of your marketing, because it's the more activity you do yourself and have other people selling on your behalf, the better your business will be. So this is a high level intro, 15 minutes, appreciate your time. The other thing I kind of would like to get across is we're obviously a marketing agency. We've got these proven strategies. We help with content creation. We help with the posting. We build the websites. We understand Google Ads and Facebook marketing, and it's a service that we offer. So if there's any opportunity to discuss this further, then go to HQ Sportivo, fill out the contact form. We'll be delighted to hear from you. And with that, thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you again.